Good morning, everybody. My name is Bobbie Richardson. I am going to do a tarot reading today, plus channeling, because channeling just automatically comes through with me. If you don't know me, I have a lot of videos that I've created. They're visually stimulating is what they are, and they really get you in the zone. So I'm going to start a meditation batch, and I've done Codes to a New Reality, which is helping you out of the matrix. That was my very first series of 26 videos. I've also started stepping through portals when I connect to Palladians, Arcturians, future Earth, elementals, that sort of thing, and they are beautiful, those videos. So if you want to go check them out, just click on to my Bobbie the Messenger YouTube and you can find them. But today is all about the equinox at the moment and what's really happening with these new vibrations that are coming in huge. It's so funny, this morning I actually woke up and thought, yay, I've got a rest day, I'm going to rest. And then all of a sudden, oh, hang on a sec, I've got to do this reading. So I frantically got everything together really easily, actually. And it was actually nice just to have that moment of rest this morning. So that's really cool about being in the moment, living in the moment, even though I did have a reading and all of a sudden I was like, whoa, I've got to do this and pull this together. I actually got to have a good rest this morning before I came on. And living in the moment is all about that. It's trusting. It's trusting that what's going to happen will happen in the right time, and that we don't constantly have to pick up the balls of life and whirl them around in our heads and constantly hold on to them, which is really living and reliving and living and reliving the problem that we're going to do, or, you know, the story that we're going to develop, or whatever it is that we're trying to hold on to. And then your muscles tense up because you're always in that mode of actually being there, instead of really relaxing and enjoying life. Hey, Paula, good to see you. So I am going to do quite a big, long tarot reading this morning. We will do maybe a couple of free CHATBAR readings at the end. But I want to really focus on the equinox, because this is huge what's happening at the moment. There has been a switch up, and I'm going to probably get into this even more on Thursday as well, but we'll see what the cards have to say, because there has been a massive switch up in energies, and they're calling it, I'm going to just call it out, it is like the 100 monkey syndrome, where enough of us are waking up to flip others into different spaces of awareness. And then what that does, if you want to come from an analogical point of view, but still spiritual, is open up portals, what they would say, opening up gateways or portals, which is really allowing new energies to come in, because the more that humanity's consciousness lets go of all of the hoo-ha in their head, they create within the structure of humanity's consciousness a space for creation. So there's so much more about this, and I will get into it more in the channeling on Thursday. So yeah, check that out. So I've got my cup of tea here because I didn't actually get to drink it. Cheers. But there's, I think you'll find many of us are going to be wanting to do something that's more in line, way more in line, way more grounded, way more in line with our actual authentic selves, not taking into account what the outside world desires, but more what you truly in your inner core desire. And this is all coming from heart-based, centered through the soul, which is only love, and that sparks a whole new way of living, because when we start to ground our passions and desires, we create a much better state of living on this planet, and we're a lot happier in what we're doing, and we're proving to those that say that we need to be controlled, we're proving that we don't, that we can actually create our reality and live contently, actually happier than what they had proposed. Or anyone who was controlling in your life had proposed. So if anyone has lifted themselves into a higher frequency, definitely if you're in some sort of narcissistical relationship, a controlling relationship, you will be probably ending it in this time, because you'll finally go, no, enough is enough. I see through you, and then you won't be able to, even if you do have some sort of feeling of love for that person, which is usually not love. It's usually a fake love, because that's what the person's pulled over you, where you're entangled in a chemical imbalance yourself, because they're in a chemical imbalance as well, and so they constantly give and take away. And then you get thrown into the loop of the chemical imbalance as well. Anyway, I'll do some tarot, right? Hey, Sandy, good to see you. Okay, see what the tarot has to say for the equinox at the moment and what's going on. Thank you. We're creating islands. We're creating islands, and they are going to merge as well. So it's really interesting what they've got going on in my head. Kind of wish instead of tarot it was a channeling that is happening at the moment. I should just go with the flow. But we'll see what happens here. We have the High Priestess in reverse. And then we have the Hierophant. Oh, wow. See, this is all spiritual gaining. Hierophant coming sideways. So the High Priestess is in reverse coupled with the Hierophant over top of that sideways. Like the High Priestess to me is your absolutely your feminine, intuitive side, trying to speak up, trying to get out, trying to become more grounded. Literally, as I see it upside down, it's like I want to ground this high vibe energy onto earth. I'm coming down. I'm coming into grounding it into earth. And then over top of that, we have the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is more to do with this is like legal contracts and marriages, and it's like the logical brain trying to analyze the High Priestess, which can never be analyzed. So it comes in as a Hierophant of, well, we have to compartmentalize spirituality. We have to compartmentalize it by contracts and religions and that sort of thing. So it's coming up on its side to say that it's trying to understand what's going on with us and wanting to ground this etheric new world that we really want to, or passions or desires within your own self of where you really want to go. And it's, to me, it's like almost like a collaboration of what can be handled by logic and the contracts of life through spirituality, and what is really possible, which is pretty much infinity. The High Priestess is, she is able to create whatever she desires. She knows her power, and she just moves through life, moving towards that and ignoring anything that's coming to her that is of negative vibration, and letting that fall away. And the more that you ignore it and let it fall away, the more that those that have tried to do harm by the priestess end up having nobody to cling to, nobody to bring in the energy that they are. Interesting. Yeah, sorry, I was just thinking about one of my own things then. It's literally a lesson for myself as well there. So sorry about that. I phased off for a minute. Hey, Dave, good to see you. So let's see what else comes up with this new energy of grounding our passions and desires, opening up energy, new energies to come in line with humanity. It does come down to a peaceful resolution within ourselves first. We think that we have to fix the outside world, but we can never do that. But when each individual has a part to play, we will be fixing ourselves first, coming to peace within our own minds, and then that will bleed out. That's why they showed me the islands before, as in collectively coming together with others, or even if you're just forming your own little island and it's enough to vibrate along with all the other islands around the world in this awakening. And then it's like the 100 monkey syndrome, where we just send out this new happy vibe, and people start to feel that happy vibe, and that they're in their heads, even if they are playing the mind game of getting caught in the loop of the monkey mind and other people controlling them, they all of a sudden have this wash of a vibrational meet to you, even if they're nowhere near you. But it's like, wow, maybe I can be happy on this planet. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I can turn a different corner. Maybe I can try something different. And that wakes them up. So this one just kind of plopped out here. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's really interesting how the feminine energies are in reverse at the moment through this equinox. And she's all about abundance within the structure of not there is material abundance that comes, but it comes naturally to her because she's always self-supporting an energy within herself through intuition. And if it's in reverse, and it's to me, it's figuring this out, trying to figure out, how do I let go of the mind enough that's constantly grasping outside of myself, wanting someone to reflect first what I want to see in myself. And then, but instead, we've got to look at ourselves and go, what do I need to change up to become that Queen of Pentacles? And say that I am worthy, and then the reflection will come. We've been taught to look outside of ourselves first. That is the program that's confused us. So I'm going to put that up right now, because when I put it down, it went up right. I feel that's what this equinox, or this opening, this is creating for humanity's consciousness at the moment. It's allowing us to see beyond what a logical thought pattern can do. And that's very limited, what logic can do. Grab from the past, project in the future, trust somebody else outside them, copy and paste their story, follow them, instead of who am I? How do I feel about myself? What am I doing with my energy? How can I bring abundance by shifting the neuron paths in my brain and saying I'm worthy? Yes, things can happen. Yes, good luck can happen. Yes, amazing truths can be spoken that will send me through, give me wisdom. Yes, it is possible to come into alignment with much abundance on this planet. And we will start to work together, not because we're grasping at someone outside of ourselves, but because we are trusting who we are on the inside. So we also have the Six of Chalice. All these cards are coming in reverse, but I don't think they are. No, they're not. It's just the way they're landing. Again, I've got to trust this. Six of Chalice and Six of Cups in reverse as well. So this is my past life card, where and also it can be, when you were small, in before all of this, how you achieved sharing and giving and all of that sort of stuff. But it was a very vulnerable place to be in the retrospect of sharing and giving in the past through guilt. And that was mainly how we were programmed through the TVs and all that sort of stuff as well, through guilt. And so we need to let that go and then trust that whoever's around us in the immediate vicinity, we can share and give freely with them, that it's not through guilt and trying to protect ourselves because we feel like we're not worthy and we'll never have enough in the future and we've got to hoard and all of that. We're shifting this vibration to freedom of expansion and knowing that we trust who we are in every place that we walk into, that we can share freely, that they are there specifically in our reality right there, right now for us to share. As soon as I know for myself, I'm a very giving person, but if I feel anyone encroaching in on my energy, I just say no. And that's what's going to happen a lot. So a lot of people with graspy energy, trying to get somebody to give to them, it's not going to work anymore, because as we wake up, we'll feel that energy and it's not inviting. You'll just turn around and go, I need to find someone that's more in line with me. I'm not falling for the guilt trip of sharing or helping the world or anything. And that's really literally how humanity has been programmed, is through guilt. Okay. See what else we've got here. Sorry, having my morning cup of tea at the same time. So that's really interesting what the cards are playing out for this new equinox. It's a lot to do with us grounding our abundance as well as our gifts, opening up new portals to find who we truly are, the essence of ourselves, rather than what the program is. Having a lot of things fall away that aren't conducive to the new energies coming in. And it can be hard. It can be tough, even from a light worker's point of view or a person's point of view. I don't like labeling people as light workers and not, because we're all equal in the core of ourselves as source energy. But there are people who come straight from higher dimensional spaces here to guide. But even for those, it can be a tough time to have realized, oh my gosh, I'm still not there. And the thing is, we're not. We aren't there yet. I know when we're there, because I've dreamt it. And I'm going to bring that up in the channeling as well. And on Thursday, I'm going to go more into that too, because there's some really valuable information that I received about our future. And I want to get everyone in that vibe of where they're going and be a compass for them. So we have the Two of Pentacles coming up. The bird's really standing out for me as that flying, almost like the priestess flying above the person. That's like, I don't know which way to go. I don't know which one to choose. I'm sure I can choose the right. The thing is, if you ever have a choice that you can't make, the best result is to already put in place, before you make any choice, that the desired outcome, have that fixated in your head. Okay, I really wish to have a really good time at this picnic today. I'm going to have a really good time, but I don't know which, I don't know what clothes to choose. And you're standing there and you're sort of dumbfounded, or I don't know, is it going to be sunny? Is it going to be rainy? Is it going to be whatever? And you just stand there and do nothing. You procrastinate. This is the choices that we make. Well, instead say, I'm going to have a really good time. Let go of that choice. Go do something else, and then you'll have a feel, I just feel like I really want to wear that dress. I really want to wear that summer dress. And then you'll go out and find out it didn't rain. Even if the weather forecast did predict it to rain, you're trusting your instincts over what someone outside of you told you is going to happen. And that's a valuable lesson for us through this equinox, is to start trusting who we are. And our intuition, our higher reasoning, for the reality that we're creating is going to be more prominent in our choice making rather than what someone told us is going to happen. Well, what does a weather guy do anyway? He predicts the weather. He takes down all the data and he goes this. But I'm sorry, weather doesn't always play out as what a weather guy will say anyway. So I'm just bringing that as an example of the facts that logically anything can shift, anything can change at any given moment. And if you're really up to feeling into the new energies that are coming present, then you will always be in the right place at the right time with wearing the right thing, right? So that's coming up. I'm going to put that over there. Hey, Mary. Hey, Mona. Hey, Divine. Good to see you. Hey, Linda. Good to see you guys. Okay, so yeah, so they're really channeling instead of the cards at the moment. I'm going to pick some more cards. I'm starting to think that I love doing tarot cards though, so I'll probably still do them every now and then, but I think I should just follow through with the channeling more. Because this equinox is massive. It is a massive shift. Absolutely. There's some things going down that some things are going to be brought forward that humanity is just going to go, oh, wow, really? That's how silly we were in the past. We really trusted that. And we knew in our hearts that we were only following because everyone else was following. But now we can see it never really needed to happen. But that's the awakening of humanity's consciousness anyway, and not to feel guilt about anything that you did in the past as well, because guilt brings you back into a full circle of thinking that you're worthless. So please don't do that to yourself. Just let it go as the example of a lesson that you needed to learn. Okay, see what else these Osho cards have to say about the equinox. I'm sure Osho has something to say. Okay, one just flipped over on itself. Look, the source of all things. Okay, so what a beautiful card. So we are literally peeling back the programming enough for us to connect to source closer and closer and closer. What's source? What is source energy? What's our soul? Right? It's love. It's just the essence of love, of wanting to create and have an adventure. That's what it is. We've created this adventure through separation. Separation has held within the logical mind. The logical mind was taking over too much. It's thrown us into a loop of an unbalanced situation where we thought that logic was more important than our soul's connection, which is love. And we didn't even have an understanding of love. So as we peel away all these layers of programming within ourselves, we start to connect more and more and more to source energy, to the sun, to realizing that we are sovereign in ourselves, capable of creating as God, mini God-like. And we're not there yet, but we are. This is a big peeling away. And that's why the source cards come up. We're closer, guys. We're getting closer to that as well. Rebecca, I like that example you gave. I'm not sure what example, yeah. Heaps of examples. I love that. Shoot, I love that you love that. Khalid, I hope I say that right. New moon. New moon. Yeah, new beginnings. Okay, see what else Osho has got to say. I love my Osho cards. They're the first cards and only cards I have for like 25 years of my life. So they've been with me for a very long time. Okay, look at that. Didn't I just talk about guilt before? Like the guilt card just came out with the outsider. Ooh, so this is what we're coming into as well. You might have in your reality through this equinox a peeling away of layers of, oh my God, now I see where the guilt's coming from within my own reality. I don't need to feel guilty anymore. Why am I doing that to myself? Like literally ask yourself, why am I doing that to myself? Is that going to bring me any happiness? Is that going to create a better outcome if I feel really bad about who I am? How can you create the reality that you really truly desire if you feel really bad about who you are? If you feel bad about who you are, you're going to create more realities that make you feel even worse. And that's the programming, right? And not to be the outsider anymore. The outsider feels like you're a vulnerable person that you can never get in. This little boy here, he actually has that even though that's a lock, it's only just hooked over one of the little links there in the chain. So it's very easy for him to pop that off. But he's been told it's locked. It's almost, they're giving me this visual of this funny meme of a gate where all the sheep stand in front of the gate, and yet the farmer took the fence away and they still stand in front of the gate and they could walk around it because they've been conditioned, and we've been conditioned to feel that we are worthless, that we are vulnerable, that we can't create what we desire, that we have to follow everyone else's vulnerabilities and guiltness and shame and even in the bigger picture of everything, they keep pushing agendas for us to feel guilty about everything. But if we're to truly bring out the happiness of living on earth in this moment, there in the present moment, there is no guilt. There is just, you and the trees and the sky and the mountains and the scenery or the house. Right in this moment, it's just that. And so from that point of view where it's just a no man's land in some respects, a gap, a space of just nothing, we can then move forward with what we really want to truly desire. Wow, I want to go explore that tree. I want to go explore that mountain. I want to create a business idea for myself from this point of view where there is no guilt, there is no shame, there is no nothing. Actually, my guides through the lessons that I just did, because I just did a beautiful lesson, class lesson about premonition dreaming, they also asked me to bring in this meditation that was called surrender, because if we're to expand our reality into allowing premonition dreams and stuff like that to come in, then we need to be able to have a space where we can expand into new gifts and allow them to come in. And so the surrender meditation, when I put it on the classroom, the music wasn't coming through for them. So I said, I'll do it all again and put my voice over it. And I've published it on my website, on my YouTube, sorry. So if you go on my YouTube, there's this beautiful 4-minute meditation that will ignite gifts before you go to sleep, and it's just to get you into this space, this no man's land where we are starting afresh. And if you do that before you go to sleep, then you can connect better to your soul, and then your soul can give you options or premonitions or wherever you want to go. And if you have a premonition that doesn't suit you, then you can change it up because you realize your energy is not in a very good place at the moment. But anyway, that's part of the class that I took. So if anyone is interested in those classes, I'm going to do another class on the 3rd of April. They are bi-weekly, and that class is going to be on, I think it's going to be on telekinesis. In my example of my own telekinetic, I actually videoed myself doing telekinesis and channelings through from that, because I want to ignite your gifts. So we're bringing in different gifts every bi-weekly so that you can pick and choose which ones really excite you. That's only $20 if you are interested in that Zoom conference. also, sorry, I'm trying to think of all these things that I'm supposed to bring up. I also have a really cool interview coming up with Catman. So that's going to be, I think that's on the 4th of April. So that's coming up too. And I have another beautiful interview as well coming up with Robert, a guy that's got a really cool, he's a healthy skeptic. He does, I've seen some of his interviews and he's really good. He's got a really good, I'll put his link down below, right? Because I can't remember exactly what it's called. But he's very open and just curious about people, and he does all these beautiful interviews with people like me that are expanding my consciousness to help guide you guys to expand yours, right? Can't wait for the meditation. Yay. I'm probably going to do a few more meditations as well because I've got quite a few there. I've done over 300 videos now on my YouTube. I just keep pumping them through. It doesn't matter how many, who attends, who sees what. This is my mission, and so I just keep doing it, and I'll keep doing it to the day I die. It's never going to go away because this is who I am. I love it, and I finally feel free. I finally feel like I'm on the right path for the first time in my life. Now, what did pop out though while I was talking was rebirth. So we have this, through this equinox, we have such an amazing step in the right direction out of the sleepy, there's a camel there. I don't know if you can see it. He's in the clouds. He's like a sleepy camel. So here we are asleep as humanity's just like, whatever, you can do whatever with me. I'll just follow whatever you say because I don't really trust or respect or have anything for myself. I trust everyone outside of myself more than me. I'm asleep. And then we wake up into the roaring lion of, hang on a sec, what the heck's? I can see what's going wrong now, and I'm not happy. I'm going to roar. I'm going to spark. I'm going to fight. I'm going to create a fight here because this is wrong. But then we start to realize that the fight is actually fueling the problem as well, because whenever you fight against something, it resists. And when it resists, we have equal energy coming back at us, and we end up causing more problems and more problems because we're looking for more fights so that we can feel like we've done the right thing. Oh, look at us, we're all puffed up and we've said that we've done the right thing here by fighting because we're fighting for our cause, kind of, so to speak. But whenever we do that, the opposite energy will always be in meet of us, because that's just how reality is, until we come to the realization that it is our innocence and our understanding of who we are, that we are magical beings, that we can create what we want. And we start to pick up, like he's picked up the flute and he's playing the beautiful tune, and it will put the fight to sleep, but not enough for it to become the camel again, just enough for it to be able to say, I can pick you up at any given moment if I do need to be assertive and assert myself. So I am that strength of innocence and walking through my life, loving what I am, no longer being controlled by anyone else, because I have the fight of the lion within me whenever I need it. And I can I can move through my life in this innocent, vulnerable feel of love, who I am. That is the true strength, to walk through life as that love essence of self and trusting at any given moment you can use the lion. Because we do need to sometimes be, say no and move on and be very firm about our boundaries and who we are. But we don't need to pick up the batons and slice away at everybody, which just causes more chaos around you. And we want to create a peaceful world. Reminds me of when when my girls were really little, and there was moments there where I was dealing with my own anger with everything that was happening, because we all wake up that way. That's how we wake up. And my girls were in that moment. They're very, very peaceful kids. I was extremely lucky. There wasn't much fights or anything going on. But this day, I can remember there was some hoo-ha happening between them. And I literally took their shoulders and said, "Stop fighting. We're supposed to be the peaceful family." And I am getting angry with them doing the same thing and reflecting back the same thing as what they were reflecting at me. We were like, we want to be peaceful. Well, you can't be peaceful like that, can you? As soon as you're like that and fighting, the peace is gone, right? So this equinox is also bringing up that fact that how do you want to get there? Like, there is ways to get there, but you can't get there while you're still fighting. You have to let go of the fight to allow peace in, and then trust that if you stepped onto a planet where everyone was peaceful and that sort of thing, you think that they're vulnerable, right? They're not. They will end up luring you into that beautifulness, and then you end up becoming into that peaceful nature of how they're living. That's how peaceful planets reside. They live in a higher frequency. If anyone is out of that loop, then they all surround them, and they remind them that they are love, that they are soul, that they are walking through this life as an adventure, that they can be happy. They remind them of that. And even some some of the shamans and that out in Africa and stuff, they still do that. They literally surround their tribal members that have gone out of whack, and surround them with love and remind them who they are, because you've just forgotten who you are when you fight in the world. Why would you want to fight something that you're creating? You're creators. You're all creators. Okay. Spiritual lion is strength and the destroyer of darkness. Okay, here we go. Any more? I'm gonna just do a bit more of this equinox section. I'm gonna get another packet here because I really feel there's something else coming up. So this is the longer reading for the equinox, and then I'll just do a couple at the end for a free reading. I'm probably going to do it this way more likely in the future too, because I think that these general readings need to be forefront. Okay, for the equinox, and this, can you give me any insight? So we have expansion, legacy, family tree, and another one's come out, teacher, learning a new path. So come back to your family this week too. Come back to how is your family, and how's your relationships with your family. Let go of any responsibility of how other people's dynamics are, but still stand your ground. If it's infiltrating your energy, that's one of the messages they're bringing through with the family dynamics. So it really is that card again, isn't it? Like bringing this energy into the energy of the family dynamics and how we actually move through our family day to day, wake up and feel into the benefits of what's going to make you feel good. I'll feel a lot better if I actually sat down and played with my children for a little bit here. I would feel better about that. Then do it. I would feel better if I actually went to work today and got some money so we can have some food on the table. Didn't do it. There's no wrong or right. The choice comes down to how you moving through your life feeling better, even in the family dynamics. And then the next card that came up was learning a new path, teacher. But we're all becoming our own teacher of ourselves. We're taking responsibility for ourselves, even those people that have had the absolute worst life. If you looked at their life, you just go, how are you even living or breathing? How can you be sane still after that life? they would have had such a strength that came out of pulling themselves out of that mess. They would be so strong when they come out. They'll go, you know what? I know why, because I am my own self. I'm creating my own path here. I'm becoming the teacher of myself. I'm trusting who I am. I don't rely on anyone outside myself to make me happy. I create my own, carve my own path here. And they will do it with such philosophy because they've come from such a deep, dark place, and they've pulled themselves out of such a huge place. So even I wouldn't even feel sorry for someone like that in the end, because they'll be more powerful through that experience when they shine their light. And recognize how to get themselves out, and they'll never, ever, ever, ever go back into a place like that again unless they wanted to, because they will always see the signs, and they also know how to get themselves out straight away, so they can literally help those that are in those darker places more than others that haven't had that storyline. So we're becoming the teacher of our own reality and learning to carve new paths. Excuse me. Family, Rebecca, this is the day many years ago my sister Bambi, who real name, died of breast cancer. The lights flickered on and off this morning while making coffee in the kitchen, and I knew it was her. Oh, see how connected we are to those who have passed on, and that's another bridge that is starting to become stronger between those that have passed, who are still soul. The more that we connect to our soul, the more that we relieve a program of the imbalanced logical mind taking over, and we allow that intuition to come in, and we're connecting to our soul. Then our soul is automatically connected to all of those that are past. So when they've died, we then all have this. When we clear our layers, we automatically have a stronger connection to those that have passed. So that's fantastic, Rebecca, that you are seeing a bridge between you and her on this day. And you know what? You can create that bridge throughout your life. It doesn't have to be on this day that, year after she died. There can be more to it. You can carry it on through these new energies. In the end, this is what I foresaw in the future events for humanity, is that we can, they come in as light balls or orbs, and we can converse with them at any given moment. We're not separated anymore. It's just that we're still in the physical body and they're in an etheric form, but the soul is always connected through love. So that's beautiful, Rebecca. Okay. I'll do one more card and then I will open up for, I'm only going to choose a couple of people to read for, though. Open up for a reading. I don't know why I got a frog in my throat this morning. Sorry. Doesn't sound so good, does it? What else are we going to do? No, I don't feel like those. I think I'll get these. Okay. Okay, see if I've got the box here to show you which cards I'm using too. So I'm using the Mythic Tarot deck. Oh, that's so cool, Sky. So, yeah, in the chat bar, Sky's had her father right here there to help her as well. And that's it. They see life from the observer point of view. They don't have the monkey mind anymore. It's let go of, so they can help in a clearer essence. But they also have the advantage of knowing what it's like to live. So there's some beautiful wisdom that can come out of that as well. Okay, one more card and then I'll open up. If you want a free card, just say yes, please. And I'll choose. So we've got two cards that fell out together. We have the Hangman. Hangman, but it was in reverse. So it's time to stop being just sitting there in a No, man, it's time to stop. No, what am I trying to say here? The hangman is a card of looking at life through a different perspective, but also he's tied up. Like he has to be tied up to see that different perspective, almost like we have to have a tower moment to see the different perspective of life, and then we just kind of rest there. But in reverse, because this is in reverse, I think it's time to stand up now and take that different perspective and walk through life with that knowledge or that awareness as well. And the Three of Wands, which is finally standing up for who you are and recognizing, look, he recognizes that he is the king of his own reality. Yes, I will take that crown. Yes, I will accept that responsibility, and I will become responsible for my own world. I'm really feeling that power with this card at the moment. And maybe this person here was the king before, when he knew he could handle logic being in charge and, the program of all things. But it's time for him to relieve his crown and to give it up to those that are stepping into spiritual awareness and balance at the moment. So I'll just choose a couple of people. Lady Sabala. Rebecca, I feel her around a lot. I love that, Rebecca. Yeah, that's so beautiful. Okay. So Lady Sabala for today. You have the moon in reverse. Oh, and it was covered with the Seven of Pentacles. The moon in reverse is something being lit up for you to see that you didn't see before. So there could be in your reality an aha moment of, oh, wow, I didn't notice that about myself. Wow, that thought's gone. And so now I get more about who I am. Something has been revealed about yourself. And it's going to help your work ethics and creating abundance in your life, where you've already done the work on something, but now he's like sitting there pondering, do I receive this offering of this new perspective or not? But that I would say yes, take the offering of the new perspective and infuse it into your life and create your business opportunities from this new perspective. Have a crack at it. If we keep on getting stuck in the same way and we're only repeating the same sort of concept of life over and over and over again through limited consciousness, when something new comes in, yes, it's a vulnerable position to try something new when that was kind of keeping us at a stable platform. But when we take that advice and try to do something new, it might be a bit wobbly at the beginning, and you might think, oh no, this isn't going to work. But if you come from a new perspective of who you are, and that hangman's coming up in my head again, then eventually that newness will bleed through into your work ethics and your abundance and everything that you're creating, and you are literally grounding this new change in your life. You will become somebody that you wanted to become, but you were always too scared to become before. So there's something pretty profound within the equinoxes. This is how powerful this shedding of the program and the equinox of the new portals opening up, the new energies coming in are at the moment. It is huge. It is huge for each and every one of us. Rebirth for. Okay, so we have 2 cards coming up for you. I don't know why. Everything's coming up. You know what? I'm just going to do this again. Okay, they said no, don't do this again. Everything's coming up in reverse. I'm not sure that my cards are upright. But anyway, I think it's because we're kind of in a void at the moment, and this void is this unknown quantity. Any case, you've got the Knight of Swords in reverse. Knight of Swords is usually something coming fast towards you. So you might have the brakes on with this of, Oh, if it comes too fast, and how am I going to be able to cope? Can I cope with this? Because there's Seven of Cups as well, but that's in reverse too. Seven of Cups is using your imagination to conjure up or choose which thing you want to do next. Where do you want to go next in your life? But it's in reverse, so it's in reverse. There is a choice to be made. Make the choice, even if it comes in fast and quickly. You will be able to handle it, but it's your own self-doubt within your mind stopping you from being able to handle it. So let go of that self-doubt. You are in the right place at the right time, and you can handle what's going to come next for you. So trust that. Trust that if you want to ground your imagination into this reality, which is what this card is, the imagination card, trust that you can handle that. This is the best time to do something different, guys. This is the best time to open up that Pandora's box of the imagination of the High Priestess and grab from your imagination what you really want to see in your reality and just give it a go, because, yeah, it'll help heaps. Hey, Sarah, good to see you here. Yeah, you just barely made it at the end there. Okay, Robin, sorry, I'm not very good at names, Robin. Okay, Robin, you had the Five of Pentacles come up for you. I just want to get one more card for you, because Five of Pentacles means that you're feeling left out in the world. There's a reason why you're feeling left out. It's an old thought that you've had of not feeling worthy as well. You are. There's not one person in this world that's not worthy. There's not one person. We are worthy because we are born. We are here for a reason. We are here for purposes. Every single person is here for purpose, to create a beautiful reality. It doesn't matter if you're spiritual or not spiritual. I don't give it. It doesn't make any difference. Please realize there's something within your reality where you need to start to realize your self-worth. It's going to change everything, because then you will make new decisions based on self-worth rather than your decisions based on, I don't feel like I should receive that, or I don't feel like I should go for that job or be that person, or then everyone else feels that off you, and you'll never, ever actually get anywhere. Look, that's the card that popped up after the Five of Pentacles, which is feeling left out. See how left out that person feels? Look where you're going when you start to see or change up your mind thoughts into, no, I am worthy. I'm worthy of whatever my imagination holds. You become the king of your own reality. King of Pentacles is full abundance. He has whatever he wants materialistically at his feet at any time. So you have that ability to become the king of your life. Mona. It's amazing how many people I can actually get in just in the last 10 minutes. Mona, you have 3 cards that all fell out in reverse, even though I turned my cards around the other way. I can't believe that. Okay, it's okay, because we're in this void, right? We're learning valuable lessons at the moment. So you have the Judgment card coming up in reverse. So something is, they're telling me you're judging yourself. You're judging yourself, and so others are judging you. So be careful of that, because holy crap, even though they're in reverse, the 2 cards that came up next with this card, they all fell out together. 10 of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. When you judge yourself, I'm just going to turn up, right? When you judge yourself, you'll never ever move through life feeling worthy as well, because you're constantly in your head of, well, I shouldn't have done that right. That's wrong. Maybe I should make a different choice here. All of that and decisions and all that sort of stuff is through judgment of self. When you relieve that, there is around the corner, through this other side, the other side of this equinox, we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles coming through for you. They are the most abundant cards you could ever have. And it means that you're standing and you knowing you don't even have to carry anything with you. Queen of Pentacles, she doesn't have to carry a darn thing. Where the King of Pentacles has everything around him, he can pick and choose materialistically what he wants. Queen of Pentacles knows her own strength. She can move through life with nothing, very, naked. And yet when she needs something, it's there. And then she lets it go. And then when she needs something, it's there. And that's the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles means that your family life, everything that you truly desired is right around the corner. So there's something big opening up for you. You might feel like you're going through something, but it is in purpose for you to reach the goals that you truly do deserve. And letting go of judging yourself. What you did in the past, let it go, because it was old energy. The energy was conducive to feeling bad and going the wrong way and all of that sort of stuff. That's the programming pulled over our eyes. So let it go because it's not present anymore. We literally have in front of us, guys, every single one of us has a path created that's clear. But because we're so conditioned to think that there's going to be boulders in the way, we are like really, taking tentative steps towards that clear path, because we're still thinking through reaction that something's going to come and sideswipe us like it did in the past, because we were in this energy of judging ourselves, judging others, feeling less than, and all of that. But the path that's been created is they're showing me almost like, I'm going to just say it, light workers or people that have that high vibe energy are sparking these new paths for everybody to be able to shift into. And when we shift into, we can return home. What's home? This is home. Home is so beautiful, guys. The equinox is bringing us into absolute beauty. So anyway, follow me on Thursday. I'm doing channeling on this equinox straight through. So there's all these messages that I have going around in my head that I want to pour out now, but I don't have time to do it. So come on Thursday, because it's going to be huge. I know it. This is a big shift that we're all going through. I love you guys heaps. Until next time. And don't forget, I do have some interviews coming up, and that, which is really kind of sparking me into excitement. Have a look at my new meditation video. There's also a fairy tale video that I put up that was all of the hidden messages and fairy tales for 4 of the fairy tales, which I want to do another one on that as well. I have so much juicy stuff on my YouTube. If you want to go through it all, sift through it all, trust that the one that you click on is right for you. There's so many good stuff, so many good channeling messages on it. Love you guys heaps. Until next time. Bye.